So, welcome back to the NZFFFA recap for the Championship of Week 2. If you haven't watched any of the Premiership, I thought I'd just jump on for myself, with myself and save the chat. I know these recaps can go for a long time, so we don't have the super long recaps every week, but so it's good to just talk some trash myself and dump on as many people as possible. No, I'm not trying to dump on people, just giving my running commentary of the league. As I do commission all three leagues, so I get to see the craziness that happens in all three. And I can tell you this season, all three leagues are entirely different. So it's it's great. It's great to watch, just as obviously you get to know everyone over the years, and it's interesting seeing how people develop as fantasy managers, and then seeing some of the old heads mixing with some of the newer heads. So let's jump on and have a look at the championship. In the first matchup, we got Xander's Bolo team taking on JB Samoan, who dropping to 0-2. That is not great for the former two-time champ of the Premiership. His team is not looking fantastic. Madison again, that is just a rip with Akers going there. Adams, McLaurin, solid. Mixon, Tutu, Zach Moss. It looks like Jerry's defense did not put out this week. Meanwhile, Xander had Daniel Hunter. I feel like Xander always has Daniel Hunter. Started Bosa, Quay Walker, Bobby Wagner. These big games. Got Addison, Diggs, Hill, Marquise Brown, Latavius. Only Xander would start Latavius Murray on the week where he scores a touchdown. That is such a trash start. Yeah. Ken Walker with the 2 touchdowns and then Burrow with the 20 points. So, I mean, Xander's 2-0. So, as much as I like to slander him, he's doing all right. But the season is long, so we'll see how he goes. Andy with the league leading 216 points over Taj Mahal. Sam Tang. Unlucky Sam, that's a good score to lose with. But Andy had McCaffrey. Who else? DJ Moore. Not a lot of offense. Puka. Hunter Henry. And Jake Ferguson start. Wow. TJ Watt. Frankie Louvu. Holland Parsons. Like, gee, it's 60 points from Micah Parsons. I mean, it seems absurd when you look at these games. It's like 2 sacks, a forced fumble, fumble recovery, 4 quarterback hits, 1 pass deflection, 2 sacks, 9 tackles, 1 sack, 1 fumble recovery, 1 pass deflection. I think he might have even had a touchdown as well in there. But like, it seems ridiculous, but they're having humongous games. And then he had Mims on the bench and Drake London, jeez. And Tank Dell, so he could have had an even better score, and he's looking good, and he only had 8 and 4 from his Lawrence and Ridley stack. So Dre will be trashing his team right now, but Andy is looking in a good position with that depth. Sam, unfortunately, you lost Nick Chubb, and you've pretty much lost Damian Pierce because that's how terrible he's looking. The Texans offense right now, but you've got CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith. I mean, I'd like to say Josh Reynolds is a good asset, but he's doing all right with Jared Goff, so keep starting him as long as he's doing stuff. His defense is not as good as Andy's, which is a bit unfortunate. He had Cousins on the bench, jeez. But I mean, you started your best possible lineup, so I mean, you're always starting Mahomes. You'd probably looking to trade Cousins at this point. Try and trade him for a second or third tier running back. Get someone that you can put in that place because Nick Chubb's impossible to replace, but you've got assets to move, so give it a go because your team can still. I mean, you scored 190 with only 6 from Chubb, so looking good. But Andy's Booker D's nuts in your mouth. Looking good thus far. Team Notra's coat with the 2-point win over Joe Buck yourself. Wow, let's take a look into this. So both of them big scoring at quarterback, low scoring in their RB1 position. Brian Robinson with a big 28 points in the week. Unbelievable win for them in Denver. Derrick Henry just getting 25 carries. Love to see it. Debo with a big game. It could have been a bigger game if he didn't fumble. 5 carries. It's actually good. It's good volume for him. Nico Collins with a massive game. 7 receptions for 146. Mike Williams with 13 targets. And then Anzalone, Blake Hansen, 15. Caden Ellis, 13. So he had Highsmith on the other side. Man, Leonard Floyd, why are you playing him? Man, Leonard Floyd's just a pass rusher. Who do you got on the bench? I'd recommend I'd recommend both of you guys looking into just some defensive players because I mean that is the killer there. Starting Leonard Floyd, you should not be, and Jarrett. Oh, sorry, Jonathan Allen, Jarrett Allen. That's the guy that plays for the Cavs. Like you shouldn't be starting this guy. Should not be starting this guy. There are much better players on waivers. You're already starting Buckner, and then you're starting Simmons. Ham Newton, you easily could have won with some better defensive players. Reach out to the self-proclaimed IDP expert Andreas Cooper if you need some help there, but that is unlucky. Simon Barnes with the big win, but oh sorry, the big loss. Troy 230. Trey getting 252 points. Jeez, starting most at Daniel Jones. Oh my goodness, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, Brandon Ayuk out, Gabe Davis hitting on everyone, Tyler Lockett, holy smokes. And who you thought would be the smash player of the week, Josh Kelly only getting 4 points. And as you expect from Dre, there's just some solid players all around on defense. Simon's unlucky. Butter Baker is on IR now. I missed that. It's a bit of a rip. Donald doing absolutely nothing. Hassan Reddick scoring 0. So he lost on the defensive side of things. He also had a big offensive week. Rashad White, Mike Evans, Montgomery, Swift, Murray Cooper, hitting on everyone except for Perine. And unfortunately lost Richardson early in the game, but at least he got those 2 rushing touchdowns. So unlucky for Simon, but Dre had on once in a lifetime week. He'll never have a week as good as this for the rest of the year, but he does go to 2-0. Ben Tui taking the loss against the Blake Hansen Teenage Mutant Ninja tight ends. So he's lost Saquon for the next 3 weeks, but he'll take the 24 points. And he also has Tua, so not a great performance from Tua. Let's check out how these tight ends did. 13 points, 25 points, 6 points, 15 points. I mean, that's pretty good. That is 20, 45. We'll call that 60. 60 points from 4 tight ends. Decent. If we look at the corresponding flexes on the other side, not even close to that. So, Dre, as much as you're shitting on this strategy, I actually like it because you've probably got these players at a value. And on the defensive side, the old disrespect playing no one because he's expected to win. Bradley Chubb, 15. Nothing major on the defensive side from either team, which is probably why their scores are a bit lower, but Blake will take the win to go 1-1, sending Ben to 0-2. And our last matchup, low scoring affair with fire breathers. Not breathing much fire, mate. And Michael Jenkins going to 2-0. So a bit of a lucky one there for EC Breesy. Low scoring, yeah, as you can see, not a lot happening there in the champs. This low scoring champs matchup. But I think Fire Breathers is lucky that he has got one win last week because this team is not looking strong at all. This team will bounce back. It's just hard to say when. Yeah, not looking good. So not a lot to talk about there. So if we look at the table, we've got Dre at the top of the table, which is from a lucky week, followed by Andy, Xander, and EC Brisi. So obviously it's still early in the season, so these rankings mean absolutely nothing. And if we have a look at those trades, so what have we had happen? We've had Sutton for Judy. That's random. I think that's just a who do you like more out of the offense? Nothing there. And then Pittman for Wilson. Super random trade. I don't know which side I prefer. I probably prefer the Wilson side, even though Pittman is good. I just think you're always going to be super limited with a quarterback such as Anthony Richardson, and Wilson's just like uber talented. So as you saw last week against the Cowboys, he still took a big touchdown to the house. He can do that on any given week. So I'd probably favour Wilson slightly, but neither side is bad. It's just a matter of preference. So we move on from that. Nothing, no crazy trades happening there. We have a look at waivers. Devin Lloyd for is that really? Oh, I feel like that's actually pretty solid for 3. Bentui there. Brightwell for 2. Devontae Parker for 12. It's alright. 5 for Claypool. 15 for old Tony Jones. It's a bit of a shame, but when you lose Nick Chubb, what do you do? Matt Breida for 15, much more reasonable price there. And then Pierre Strong for 15. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Kareem Hunt's there now, so that's going to make it harder for Strong to get on the field. So probably a waste of fab, but again, when you lose Chubb, what do you do? At least he didn't pay 80 for Breida. So nothing too bad there, actually. So Champs is looking solid. It's looking competitive. I did not expect to see Ben Tui and former two-time champ Jeffrey Borland on the bottom of the table. But it is what it is. This is how competitive the NZFFA is. So love to see it, boys. We'll jump on down to the Alliance and see what's happening there.